We're live on YouTube right now, and we're going live on Instagram. We're going live. We're going live on Facebook now. So we are live on YouTube, and we are live on Instagram, and we're going live on Facebook. Oh, we are live on Facebook as well. Hello, wonderful people. Good evening to you wherever you are. Welcome to the Diamond Lady TV. This is the Diamond Lady Show, and I am Diamond Lady. If you're watching us tonight, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to tell us where you're watching us from. Leave us a comment if you've got any questions, if you've got any contributions. You can add it all in here. So we are live on Facebook, we are live on Instagram, and we are live on YouTube. Before I go ahead and introduce the topic for tonight, which you can already see on Facebook, I am going to go ahead and then share this program on Facebook to other groups and other pages for others to join in. And then we will go ahead and reintroduce ourselves once more. So if you're watching us tonight, don't forget, this is the place to be every Saturday and Sunday at 7:30, which is British summer time, or 6:30, which is the Ghanaian time. Ghana time, Africa time. So I am just going to go ahead, do a bit of sharing on Facebook, and then share this as well. If you're watching us as well, please just share, because we need others to come and listen in as well. We need others to also contribute, and we are here to learn from each other. We are here to just enjoy this program tonight. So are you all ready? Are we doing this? I know we are doing this. We are actually doing this tonight. So I will definitely introduce the program in a minute. So I am just sharing to a few groups and a few people here and there, because we need lots of people to come and listen into this program tonight, because tonight this topic is just a topic on my heart. Every topic that I bring onto the show is a topic on my heart. So just give me a second and I will share to one last place, and then we will go on or go ahead with the program for tonight. Okay, all done. Hello, wonderful people. Good evening, wherever you are watching us from. This is the Diamond Lady TV, the Diamond Lady Show, and I am Diamond Lady. So tonight on the show, we're going to discuss the topic jealousy, handling jealousy in relationship. So if you're here watching us tonight, or if you're going to watch us later, that is all right. We would need you to share our link to other people so they can all join in. They can all watch it as well. If the people you're sharing the link to are not on Facebook, don't worry. We are live right now on Instagram, and we are live on YouTube. They only need to search for Diamond Lady TV. They're going to see my beautiful self on there, not this lovely gentleman anyway. So before we go ahead as well to go on with this topic, I would like to say a very big thank you to our supporting sponsors tonight. So we've got St. Maya Dryline Limited, who is always supporting us day in and day out. We've got Sweet Seduction. If you want anything about bedroom, if you want better ways and tricks as to go about your bedroom stuff, we've got Sweet Seduction. I will be putting their information on the screen. It will be running down on the screen on Facebook. Then we've also got Sister If It Lose. If you want to go on a healthy lifestyle, on a fitness journey, you need to join them on Facebook. Follow them on Instagram as well. And they've got a YouTube channel as well. Then we've got Sister United Foods, where you can buy all the quality foods like the jollof spice mix, the 10 spice blend, the fufu mix, the banku mix. So many varieties they've got. They've also got buffalo mix as well. We also want to say a very big thank you to Mama Z European Shop. They are supporting us all the time. And if you live in London, if you live at Luton, then the best people to order your fresh Ghanaian dishes from is Sinaka Kitchen. So if you're watching us tonight, give us a thumbs up. Tell us where you're watching us from. Don't forget to leave us a comment. Don't forget to bring your contributions, your questions, and all that. And definitely, this program is going to be awesome. I'd like to give a very big shout out to people who are supporting me tonight, especially to the Kitchen Ninjas. It's a very, very fabulous group that I joined, and we have lots of fun on that group. We also have lots of fun on Sister If It Lose. So find Kitchen Ninjas and join them, and also find Sister If It Lose. So now over to the program, and I have got with me our very special guests. He is always here with me every Saturday. You know, when you go to uni, usually, or even secondary school time, you always write on the wall, I was here some. So this man, he is here some. His name is on our wall of goodies. So I will let him introduce himself. He's in the name of Patrick McAdoo. Just for the new people watching us tonight and everybody else, Patrick, please introduce yourself and let's get the program rolling.
Well, it's my pleasure once again to be here with you. I'm Patrick McAdoo, and I'm here in Ghana enjoying a very interesting weather. I hope the weather wouldn't interfere with the network, but it's raining right now. And well, I am the president or the director for ProAid Africa Project and also the country director for Bright Future Project Norway, Ghana. And I'm also a very favorite guest here on Diamond Lady Show. So let's get it rolling.
All right. Thank you so much for that very short intro. I would have added a whole lot to all these that you said, but you wanted to keep it short. That is fine with me. Before we go ahead, I would just like to read a few comments from people who are watching us tonight. So we've got Hannah Odro. Hi, Hannah. Thanks for your support. So you could also go and join another group on Facebook, which is all about traveling. I will put the link out there, and hey, it is a lovely group to join. You get more information about the countries you want to travel to in the world and all that. And Hannah is one of the bosses on that group. Actually, she's the main boss there. So that is Hannah, and Hannah is part of Kitchen Ninjas as well. We have lots of fun, and she's part of Sister If It Lose as well. So we've also got Mami Boatema Hali. She is one of our guests. She is always very on point with things that she says with us. So she is here to support us as well. Thank you, Mommy. And then we've also got Rosie. Hey, my sister. We are always having lots of fun on Kitchen Ninja. She is watching us, and she says she's watching us tonight. Then she says she's watching from Kitchen Ninjas. Let's cook. Yes, you can come and join Kitchen Ninjas. We have lots of fun. I mean, just watching people's dishes and then learning. We do a lot of learning on Kitchen Ninjas, actually. Then Hannah Odro says, I love your sexy voice. Oh, Hannah, I wasn't sure my voice was sexy, but thank you. Then we've got her just in love with me. I'm in love with Hannah as well. Yeah. So tonight's topic is all about jealousy. Jealousy is something that is destroying marriages, that is destroying relationships, is breaking families apart, is doing a whole lot to a lot of people. People get jealous to the extent of killing one another, there's just so much that jealousy is doing to so many people and so many families. And sometimes some people are able to manage it and handle it better, and then they are able to carry on with their relationships. But other times, it falls apart, it falls beyond repair. So they have to either go their separate ways, where others go destroying others' equipment and their house, and then even killing people as well. So jealousy is something else altogether. So Patrick, you know me, I always throw my questions left, right, center. Just for someone who doesn't understand what jealousy is about and all that, could you give us a little bit or a description or an explanation into jealousy?
Okay. So it's often either misconstrued with other negative instances like envy or possessiveness and all that. But jealousy is it's very common with all of us. In fact, it is assumed, or it is even from a study, that all human beings have some kind of jealousy in them.
Oh, we all do. Please, I agree.
Yeah, and sometimes we want to know whether it's a positive kind of jealousy or a negative kind of jealousy. So jealousy in itself is when one self feels that someone belongs to him or her and he or she doesn't want to share. But unfortunately, there's a third party who is kind of having such attention or such relationship with that same person that he or she is relating to. So in relationship, like a guy doesn't want the girl to talk to someone else, or just trying to be, and there's possessiveness in that one. Like you don't want to share, and you don't want the person to have any relationship with anybody. So you're always kind of trying to know what the person is doing and all that. But there's also another kind of jealousy, which like in the scriptures or in the Bible, we know about when they say God is jealous and all that. When we tend to kind of worship someone other than him, you understand? Worship possessions, worship idols and all that. It also makes someone jealous. I mean, so basically that one is clear. So the other part is either envy or possessiveness, which has a little bit of more negativity in that direction. When we were growing up, when our parents bought things for us or bought things for our other siblings, and one party didn't have what the other party had, there was always kind of jealousy. But that also had a breed of envy in it. Like you had a pink one and I had a blue, and I don't want the pink, I don't want the blue, I want the pink one and all that. So to me, it is a broad topic, and I hope we are able to deal with it in the right direction.
We will. We always conquer, isn't it? We are always here to win. So, yeah, thank you for that response. So, you did mention the fact that as children, sometimes our parents will buy something for us, and then we would go, oh, you've bought me a pink one, but I wanted the blue one, because obviously you've seen your sibling holding a different color. You get jealous about it. Even as adults, I remember most times when I'm in a relationship, I just use myself as an example. Sometimes you go to a restaurant and then you will order a certain meal and your partner will order something else, and it comes and you're thinking, I wanted that. why are you having that and not me having that? So is there any difference between jealousy and being possessive? Possessiveness and jealousy. Sometimes we often interchange them, isn't it?
Yeah. So the truth is that most of these things have their own kind of triggers. So what brings about jealousy? Possessiveness can also bring about jealousy.
Okay.
And enviness can also bring about jealousy. So the difference between possessiveness and jealousy is that with possessiveness, it's more of a material thing than the human being. And however, in cases where there is a human being whom we can relate and say, okay, the person is possessive of his or her husband or boyfriend or girlfriend, I would like to read something to clear that notion as well. A person who is possessive about his girlfriend or spouse would express his feelings by calling up many times in a day to inquire about the well-being of the friend. Supposedly, he's actually spying on him or her. You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm saying that it is difficult to even differentiate that. That is what I actually read about. And it means undue liking for things you feel you own. Undue liking. So you probably that to me is a more definite kind of not want to share and not want to spare kind of. So you wouldn't want any other relationship apart from that. Like nobody should get close to that person, that thing, and all that.
Yeah.
And jealousy, which I also like to read a more definite answer on that one. You look at it. Normally, I would say it normally rises from either insecurity or lack of trust. In the other way, there's somehow another positive way of being jealous, actually. Mm-hmm. So someone might be jealous about his or her own sibling, not wanting someone else to be closer to, especially it happens in children and all that. And you see that you don't have to say it is bad or something like, she's my sister, that kind of behavior that you see in children. She's my brother. And it's positive because he or she feels close to that person and want to have that person and maybe feels insecure that someone is taking him or her away. I mean, that is okay. So jealousy in that one, I would say it's basically arising from insecurity within oneself and not trusting your partner with what we are going to discuss in relation to what we are discussing.
Yes.
In relation, someone is only jealous when he or she feels the other partner, there's a threat of losing the other partner because someone else is getting the attention or is intruding in the relationship. So that, to me, that is what it means.
Interesting. Well, most times in relationships, you notice that sometimes when your partner is talking to someone else and, you stand and you're trying to compare yourself and go, oh, she's got a bigger booty, or she's got bigger boobs, and especially when your partner, I will use myself as a woman, okay? When your partner, let's say your male partner is talking to another woman who possesses certain features that your partner probably might have been mentioning about all the time and saying, oh, me, I like bigger boobs, oh, me, I like bigger booty and all that. And the next minute, maybe you see your partner talking to someone with those kind of things, I personally think sometimes it is natural for you, the other party, to either probably get jealous and then try and then pull some attitude in front of this your partner and this other person they are talking to and all that. Would you class such jealousy as a bad jealousy or a good jealousy?
I would say it's a good jealousy.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Now, if I'm even a guy or as a man, if my wife or another woman is talking to someone else that she likes something about the person and not about me, I'll be wondering, hey, really, like for what, So, in relationship, it is really necessary for us to even be mindful of some of these things. Like, I mean, why will you be talking to someone else and admiring that person to the extent of doing that in the face of your partner, or even when your partner is around? It's even wrong to do it when he or she is not even around. It means that, in fact, when he or she is not around and you are doing that, it simply means you are cheating, kind of flirting in one way or the other. Especially if you are talking to that person whom you like something about. You understand? If I'm talking to you, that I like the way you smile, I like the, and it shouldn't have been bad. But if I have probably told my wife that I don't like she doesn't smile, or maybe she doesn't laugh, if she hears about that conversation between me and you, and I'm saying that I like your smile and the way you laugh, obviously she's 100% right if she gets jealous and even angry, if possible. I mean, human being, this is emotions that works in us. So even though it's a choice to be angry, a choice to be jealous, a choice to be envious, and all that, when it happens, we shouldn't feel it's extreme, because especially when you are the one who caused it. So it is good. It's a kind of good jealousy if the woman or the man expresses concern, especially when he or she heard the partner describing something that might not look the same on him or her, understand, to someone else, or it's expressing interest or likeness for such a thing in another person and not in her or in him. So that is a good way to.
Well, so what about insecurities? Do you think insecurities in a relationship gradually, collectively turns out to be jealousy? It collectively gathers, just gather the insecurity bit by bit, and then it grows, boom, a big tree of jealousy, and it's like they want to follow you everywhere, or they have to track you and all that.
So that is why I didn't want us to have a discussion on that. I knew it was going to come anyway. The truth is that when it comes to insecurity, I don't feel it should have happened in any relationship. However, it does. It really does. And I'll give you an example. There was this man whom the wife wasn't so jealous about when he talks to other women, So the man didn't feel anything bad about it. And so invariably, the man was actually cheating, but the wife didn't know about it, and so didn't comment about it or didn't worry about it. Then one day, the man actually was the one who was now getting jealous. The same thing that he has been doing when the wife is around, by talking to other women and talking for long hours and all that. He also met the woman talking to someone, actually a male friend, over and over again sometimes, and the man was jealous. And when the first time I heard about the story, and this guy was my friend, so I said, Master, you are complaining about this, but you have been talking about these issues as well. You were not mindful of the fact that she might also be jealous. But in your own case, this small thing that you had, you saw her doing, you are jealous. But you are even bad things. And it's because she has not seen it, you think you are okay. When you talk on phone with other women, you don't want her to get jealous. So to me, that's part of it, even though it's not a good thing, because it's actually those things that leads to breakups in relationships. So I feel even if the tendency of having that kind of jealousy when your partner is doing something that makes you feel insecure, you have to be careful about it so that it doesn't lead you to make comments or make actions that might destroy the relationship. Now, one of the things that I feel is so important is that even if something bad is happening, you, the woman, or you, the man who had an agreement to have a relationship, should know that you should have a positive perception, a positive kind of mindset that nothing is happening. So that is how the trust comes in. Assume that nothing is happening, but still verify. You understand? Assume nothing is happening, but still verify. Oh, is that Kojo you are talking to? Oh, is that Adua? Oh, okay. You understand? Just to clear your view and just go ahead. It's obvious that the person can still decide to lie, but you have cleared your doubt. Oh, is that Adua?
Yeah.
You cannot say, are you flirting with her? You cannot say, are you flirting with him? You can either say.
But then when it's constantly, maybe your boyfriend or your husband is constantly talking to Adua, there's every day, like so many times within a day, obviously.
So if he does it in your presence and the conversation normally doesn't have any vulgar or negativity in it, you can still say, oh, just have a common statement about it. Is that Adua? Is that Kwesi? Is that something? Then you just brush it away. if you hear something that is negative, you can question, hey, why are you talking to the person about these things? Do you think it's right? Sometimes when we don't communicate, and because we don't communicate, the insecurity actually builds up, and we cannot take it anymore.
Don't you think it's because the person is scared? Sometimes some of these people are quite scared to.
Yeah, only if you are in a relationship with a monster. So it does happen, especially when how you started the relationship is not how it's going. Like you met the person was so nice to you, smiled, cared, caressed you and all that. And after the acceptance of the relationship, when you go to the home or whatever, the person is behaving differently. And when you ask questions, he shouts on you. When you do this, he wants to use his or her hand on you and all that. Those ones can create, but those are the first kind of insecurity. And I have spoken to you about it before, that when it comes to a man touching a woman, like beating or something and all that, and when it's not their plaything, I don't support it in any way. So if the woman will feel scared, especially I'm using the woman context, if the woman will ever feel scared to talk to the man about anything, because the man will shout or will be angry or something, then the relationship is already not in a jealous stage. It's already in a scary stage. So then it's not good anyway, because then you can't express yourself, and that would be a concern. But if it is in a good state where communication is mutual and cool, the woman or the man should be able to communicate and ask. I mean, if you are doing, and it's okay. When it's getting too much to, I mean, so that it doesn't also offend, mind your language.
Yes.
Oh, it's a 2 hours. And you don't even want to say it when he is on phone. You understand? You don't want to say it when she is on phone. Sometimes you try to contain certain situations until the right time to talk about it. You don't also want to wait till the deadline. You don't want to wait till when things are getting bad. But you will not want to interfere in the conversation when it's happening on the phone and all that. But you want to wait maybe after the call or maybe at the kitchen or at the dinner. 2 hours. It means you
are calculating.
And you'll be like, wow, 2 hours. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Or not. If not, 2 hours. Okay. Then you say, okay then. When you get 2 hours or those. But then you can 2 hours. Command or about 2 hours. Be free in your communication, be gentle, be polite, and also try to let some things go. So that you don't, out of insecurity, begin to create tension in your home, in your relationship.
Yeah.
And it will be good to go.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for this. This is so awesome. I'm just going to read a few comments from our listeners and viewers tonight.
They'll lambash me.
No, they are not. So we've got Hannah Odro, and she's saying it's best to leave than to stay and kill. It's true, sometimes the jealousy gets to the extent whereby, they get to the point where they say, oh, I don't want the relationship anymore. And then the next minute, the other party who is being affected or who is being rejected at that stage end up destroying a whole lot. And that is when it goes as far as even killing someone, destroying somebody's life. Here in England, not just in England, in so many other countries, we've had situations whereby some people are being trapped, whereby they throw acid on them. They do a whole lot. Sometimes they meet them in the corner, beat them up, or the other partner in the relationship will be tracking and tracing the other party to the extent that they go and kill them. Not long ago, was it just the beginning of this pandemic where that man who was supposed to be a pastor killed his wife? I would say, in my own point of view, unnecessarily, but maybe there could be an underlying statement. I really feel that for that woman, nobody deserves to be killed off because most times jealousy ends up whereby people say, if I don't have you, then no one else will have you. Sometimes that happens, isn't it? Before I go ahead and come back to you, I'll still read a few comments from here. So we've got George Simmons. Hey, George, he says hi to us tonight. Hi, thank you for your support. We've got Ama Mwakwa, our own sister, Sweet Seduction, saying hello, family. Hi, Ama. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you on here tonight, and thanks for the support. Rosie is saying it's not the best to interrupt conversation or listen to it at all. Rosie, this thing that you're saying, sometimes I think the eavesdropping sometimes it helps. Other times it doesn't help, because that is when you start to develop the jealousy and the concerns. It's actually developing of concerns, and then it eventually turns into jealousy, because sometimes you go, why is he or she talking about all these things with this person and he never talks about it with me? Is it because there is boredomness that has built its castle in the relationship? Hence, there's no communication. Because in most homes, when you go into most relationships, the conversation doesn't flow anymore. It could be that there's been something that has happened along the way, isn't it? And I don't know what brings about all these sort of thing. So, Patrick, do you think it is a matter of boredomness, or there's been some tension that has been created along the way somewhere that has caused the relationship to have its own friction? So, it's not switching too well. It's just switching around just like that.
Well, that is it. I think that's the most important question in this whole discussion.
Yes.
So what brings about jealousy and all that? Just as Toby was talking about.
Yes.
It is, most of these things are choices that we make. In fact, in every situation, because we have emotions, there will be things that we need to choose at every time. To be angry, to not be, to be jealous, to not be jealous, and all that. There's always the positive and the negative side that we need to choose. We have to always choose between good and evil.
Yes.
It has been from the day of Adam. We still have the apple, and we still have to choose. You understand? Now, the issue that I feel is more concerned is that sometimes we make so many negative, unnecessary judgments of issues. And just as Toby was saying, so even when you listen to the conversation, you can make good of the conversation. Like you're listening, the person is talking about the other girl and how he looks like and all that. You can intentionally begin to think about, not necessarily going to do those things because the person has all that, but you begin to change attitude, like be more positive, be more caring, be more like romantic and all that.
Yes.
Just see how things the conversation will be like in the home. It doesn't hurt at all if you want to be a little more positive than you've been, be a little more proactive than you've been.
Yeah, but then you know what? I'm not going to stop you there. You know what? Sometimes the other party will start thinking, "Hey, what is happening?" You are not like this. All of a sudden, it looks like you've changed, and sometimes they just go, "What do you want? Tell me exactly what you want." They're thinking it's because you need something, isn't it?
So that means that something has already been going wrong in the past. Like if boredom has built a castle already, then it will look like, hey, my music are suffering. And let me give you an example. We used to joke about this Pentecostal kind of relationship, like about friend like, should I take water to the bathroom for you and all that?
Yes.
Then when things are getting bad, you understand?
Yes.
Because we change over time with kind of the little tensions that goes in the home or in the relationships. Those things makes us change, and we might not look as we look when we met the first time. We might not talk as we used to talk when we met the first time. Now, that is negativity that is building up. And if we see it early and work on it early, it helps. I'll give you an example. I know of a couple who had a confusion, a misunderstanding. It was a man who misunderstood. It was a woman who misunderstood the man the first time. But the man took an offense and felt bad and didn't talk to the woman about a lot of things for 4 good years. But they were married. 4 good years. the man had harbored the pain of how the woman spoke to him, harbored the misunderstanding of the woman and all that, and felt the woman didn't love him anymore. And so began to relax, began to be reluctant to do anything for the woman, began to ignore her in many ways and all that. After 4 good years, the man now realized that the woman actually didn't even understand the issue in the first place. That is why she made those comments. She didn't understand what actually happened. That's why she made those insinuations and all that. Mm-hmm. So you have just hurt yourself for 4 years. That is the meaning of all that. Mm-hmm. And so if you were jealous, you were angry, you were envious, you were whatever, I mean, that wouldn't even suffice anything. It wouldn't be good for anything. Now, we are talking about jealousy here. Sometimes, most of the time, the things we are jealous about absolutely should not even be there in the first place. Like, if your husband or your brother or your fiancé or your boyfriend is talking to another girl, why do you have to become jealous? I mean, no matter what they are talking about, you've not seen him or her cheating. You understand? And so you can't just begin to be jealous for anything. I mean, and even if you see any negative thing, it is for you to build a relationship. If you really love the person the first day you met and you felt you want to stay with the person, when things are going wrong, you try to resolve it. Because when you don't resolve it, the jealousy might grow into envy and might grow into hatred, and it can escalate into committing something that might be more deadly. And so, and just example you gave about that pastor who killed the wife and all that.
Yes.
If you listen to the conversation, there has been fight for this, fight for that. I own this, I own that. They were actually fighting over either money or possession and all that. And the woman probably had done something wrong somewhere, if that might be right. Yeah. And it was probably because of how the man was behaving, maybe. You understand? Or maybe the woman later felt that the man wasn't doing certain things right, so she wanted to flee and have another relationship. The man didn't understand it. Just as she said, I can't allow you to have someone else or whatever. You have to go and kill the person.
Yeah.
My advice on that issue is that when things even go that bad and there's nothing you can do about to save the relationship, please don't beat, don't fight, don't kill. Just let the person go. You might really find someone else. It might be so difficult, but you have to do everything you can do to save the marriage or relationship. If you do all that you can, seek all the professional help you can, and it still didn't work out, maybe a little separation or something might do, and see how things go. But if it's demanding and the person is demanding to leave, then you can't force it. Let it go and have your peace of mind and build yourself back again. Do not fight and do not hurt someone.
Well, that is a sound advice. That is a very sound advice. I know most people are going to take that on board. I am going to read a few more comments because we've got loads piling up. So Ama Mwakwa is saying, we have instincts and these can lead us to be overprotective and jealous. I believe that as well. You know, most times people who really listen to their instincts, you know, sometimes you listen to it once, twice, and you think, oh, my instinct really, really works. So next time when I feel that, then I've got to be very, very sure you've got to concentrate on your instinct and all that. What do you think about this that Mama Mwakwa is saying, that we have instincts and these can lead us to be overprotective and jealous? Do you think?
It's perfect. It's a perfect truth. And you see, that is why we have to be careful how we think about issues. Perceptions is killing a lot of people today. Perceptions or insinuations, like assuming, and listening to people who only come and talk about negatives. You see, if the thing is even bad, your desire should be working it out and making it right again.
Yes.
But for you to listen to people and have perceptions, and maybe he's not here, maybe he's doing this, maybe she's not here, maybe she's cheating and all that.
Yes, she's not answering the phone, maybe it's because that and all that, or he's on the phone with another woman.
Sure. And so those ones, those instincts, I even want to sometimes use common sense and say, well, let's go beyond the instinct. Assuming that those things are even true, are you going to kill yourself over it?
No.
instead of working with it and making sure that things work out, and I'm thinking I should go back to instinct. So the instinct, once you have instinct and you have no basis and you have no kind of evidence, you cannot approach the person and say you are cheating or you are doing something and it's wrong and all that. That instinct is just going to allow you to create confusion.
Don't you think sometimes it is the behavior? You know, they take their own instinct and then they add it to the person's behavioral change. Sometimes there is a behavioral change, and that makes the person thinks truly.
And that, that is true. So before you even approach such situations, you might think that the instincts and the observations you've making are the evidence that you have. But if it is true that you have had an observation already and you've seen that the person is doing this or that is A or B that is not good, your duty is to work on that A or B that you saw that was not good. Don't add the instinct. The instinct might be right. That's what I'm saying. It might be right, but adding it only add more fuel to the flame. And you don't want to do that. You want to calm down situations. I'm not sure anybody will want to destroy a relationship because he has seen negatives. Your first thing is that you wouldn't want to lose the person. You understand?
Yes.
You wouldn't say, with the thought of, I want to destroy this relationship come to your mind. No. The thought will be, I want to save the relationship, so I will not allow you to do this. You understand? So see those negatives, try to work on them instead of using the instincts. Because the instinct might not be the basics, they might not be the real truth. If you observe something that is wrong, talk about it. Most of the time, we don't even want to talk about it. And then when this is getting bad, we use the instinct and add to the observation and say, bam, this is what you have done.
Okay.
I think less judgmental in our relationship. Less judgmental.
Okay.
And this is one thing that I also want to add. When we are less judgmental, it means that when someone is doing something, we just don't start castigating or saying bad things about it. Like,
we should rather see more the positive side, isn't it?
Sure. Yes, that's because when immediately we begin to talk about negative sides, it's the tension continue to breed, and we wouldn't even like it. Then the boredom will begin to build a castle. Then the castle will be occupied by monsters, and the monsters are living with you, and it's a whole lot of something else. So we have to work on it.
All right. Oh, thank you for this. And thank you, our listeners. We still have a lot to read through tonight. I still want to say a very big thank you to our supporting sponsors. So we've got Vinci Vinci Collection that is supporting us as well. We've got Family Affair GH. They are on Instagram and they are on Facebook. If you're looking for things to buy in Ghana or looking for items to be shipped to you in Ghana, contact them. Then we also say very big thank you to NK Pizzles. It's all about photography and videography. All those informations, if you keep on reading the banner on Facebook, you would see their information running along there. You can pick their numbers and get in touch with them. Then we also want to say a very big thank you to Sister United Foundation for supporting people in need and all those who need our support. So last time when I was here, we were seeking for support and sponsorship for Madam Felicia Kwache. Yes, she was supposed to have had her operation in the month of May, June, but then it didn't happen for her because we couldn't reach the amount of money she wanted. She wanted about $75,000 and we couldn't reach it. And at the moment, she's just got into about $35,000. She still needs our support. I'll be putting the link out there. She is a teacher and she definitely needs our support to get her in her right state where she can go back to work, and she needs her operation done out there. I think now she's going to get her operation done in Germany or in England, whichever is going to help her best. Some places want to take half of the money, other places want to take full money. So please, I'll put her link out there and then we can still support her. So I've got a few comments here and I'm going to read that. So we've got Spiros saying, people have threesomes. Does it mean that they have overcome jealousy and possessiveness, or they are just indifferent. You are laughing and I'm laughing at the same time. This is a big question, So, Spiros, this question that you've put out there, in my own opinion, these people who have these threesomes, usually I think it is a matter of consent, These people in a relationship, before they go in for that third person who comes in, do their concerns and then their discussions and all that. Yes, in some cases where I have heard a few podcasts or I've heard a few people's conversation or confessions, it's like it was imposed on them, so they had no other obligation. There was a woman I listened to, I don't know her name or anything. When I listened to her whatever conversation or whatever she was saying, I was heartbroken because she wanted to save her relationship. She wanted to save her marriage, and it was imposed on her to have a threesome. It looks like she didn't want to say no, all because she didn't want to look bad out there if her relationship broke down or anything. So she went ahead for this threesome. But in actual sense, she had her own jealousy mentality taking over, and then she was thinking, I wish I could do something to hurt this person, but obviously she didn't have that strength enough. And I am not saying go and hurt someone or anything. No. I am indifferent when it comes to jealousy. People have their own reasons for being jealous, and I will let Patrick say his own bit about this, and I will tell you my own story at some point. Patrick, what do you think about this?
It keeps me laughing, but so it's that threesome and all that. It's a concern. It's a concern. Actually, if a man has another woman or someone else, and if the wife even knows about it, I'm not
like
sure
the side chick and all those things. I'm whatever.
Not sure the wife will be okay. If the wife will be okay, there's something else might be keeping her
occupied.
Okay.
Yeah.
Occupied. So threesome is not actually a kind of a good relationship. I don't think it's a good relationship, and it's only when all the parties agree to it and they feel they are doing their own thing, and so they don't care. Now, when people are not jealous in some situations, it actually leads them to be careless. You understand? Like, they are not jealous because they are careless. They don't really care.
Or they know what they are getting out of it,
Or they know what they are getting out of it. So they don't care whatever you do outside or whatever you do with anybody and all that. But the issue about whether it's jealousy or possessiveness or indifference, it is not true. When you have threesome or something, I'm not sure it is true that you have overcome jealousy.
I think there's always an element of jealousy somewhere. Definitely, we are human.
And you hear it all every day. The man who had a wife and had a side chick went to kill the side chick for cheating. I mean, is it sensible? Like,
no.
if he has overcome jealousy, why would he go and kill the side chick?
Yes.
So, he has a wife. He's keeping at home. Has a side chick.
Concubine.
and doesn't want that side chick to have a husband or have a boyfriend. Understand? So the jealousy will still be there until something happens. You not see how it's actually going down with the person. So
there's definitely going to be a trigger element at some point. Initially, in some cases, some people would say, oh, I'm not jealous, I would never be jealous about it. But then just people around, if they get to hear the story, they alone, the things they are going to say to you, get you into the state of mind of jealousy and all that. So I will give my own personal experience as an example. So at some point in my life, I had someone in my life, and there was this ex-boyfriend of mine who would tag me whenever he goes wherever or whenever he does whatever. And we both actually had sort of like a company going before I met my then husband. Okay. So whatever it is, he was always tagging me in things left, right, center, and making jokes, making sure that I was seeing it by tagging me in there. Obviously, Facebook, lots of tags here and there. Not knowing this, my man actually was viewing constantly and thinking, it looks like every day this person is tagging me. Not as if I was talking to this person. I wasn't talking to this person. Yes, we've got a business running, going, but I was not even calling this person to ever discuss about business or anything, because it was an online something we were doing together. We began before eventually we got to a point where we thought our relationship was over, but we didn't really dissolve this business and stuff going. So this person in my life got that jealous, and that jealousy kept on developing and just went, why is this person always tagging you? Why is this person always trying to say something on Facebook to you and all that? And these things were things I was not responding to. Yes, I was giving thumbs up here and there. Then eventually, this my man said, from today, you're not going to talk to that person again. From today, whatever it is, you've got to dissolve it. I'm thinking, we've developed a company or whatever we're doing for years. For so many years, and you have just come into my life. Yes, it is you I am going on with now, but then you want me to break off from whatever I have developed for years. But then come to think of it, why is this person not even thinking that if I still wanted this person, that was an easy way, because we've got something going, isn't it? That was an easy way to still continue with this person. So when it comes to jealousy, in my own circumstance, I think that was jealousy way to the extreme, because this person was still thinking, what if I go running back to that person? Or what if? The what if is what is causing us to be extra jealous, to try and then pro into things, and then to try and add 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and then boom, bam, bam, bam. It becomes the bigger version of jealousy. So that is just by the way. I know sometimes the jealousy develops from social media, because the person you are in a relationship with is constantly keeping tab and keeping watch over what you're doing on social media and following through all the trends and checking, oh, she went to comment on this person's post, or she went to comment on that person's post, or this person has liked their post, and who is that person? They try to pro into the background and all that, and the jealousy develops on and on and on. I will still read a few comments from here. It looks like Spyros has a lot to say tonight. He says, how about many wives which exist in Ghana? It's really no jealousy. Is it really no jealousy or possessiveness? So I know that there are lots of this is making me laugh. Yes, most people experience that a lot. Sometimes you even here in abroad, sometimes you meet someone and then some people will get married to people here, leaving another set of wives, not even a wife, wives and children back home. And then by the time you find out, your heart broken to the extent that jealousy, you cannot do anything about that jealousy. Then a whole lot of mentality comes into mind and all that. What do you think about this, Patrick? What do you say to this then?
Um,
It doesn't exist only in Ghana, but there are some cultures that they accept so many wives, isn't it?
Sure. But what I want to say is that I'm not sure that having many wives denotes that the person is either jealous or not jealous. It probably might be a weakness that the person is actually experiencing. And how do I also maybe just like how do you call it? When someone wants selfishness, out of selfishness, not, that the person just wanted to have so many wives or something. It doesn't do anything. I mean, with all those 3 wives or 4 wives or 2 wives or 10 wives,
satisfying them.
Yeah, he might still be possessive of them. He might still be jealous of all of them.
Yes.
And so 1,000 wives doesn't change anything. You understand? In fact, it might even be, it's actually very negative on you, the individual. So I don't want to even spend so much time on it. I think it's a good question, but it has nothing to do with that. Probably, if you are jealous and had a second wife, then you were jealous again with a second wife and had a third wife. It actually means you are the problem.
Yes.
You, the person marrying all those people, you actually the problem. Sometimes we assume this person is not good and this person is not good, but we are forgotten that we ourselves and the one who is making all those decisions, we are not even good in any way.
Yes.
If someone is going to give a brief about us, he or she will even see that all those people we have been saying they are bad are even far better than us. So the way we get issues, these things actually, that issue actually makes us go wayward.
Yeah.
That are not appropriate.
In the first place, even in a relationship, people come together because of love. Okay, so we shouldn't have had giving room to jealousy in the first place. But as human as we are, there is always an element of jealousy that comes the way, especially when it comes to comparison, you know. So comparison has been an issue day in and day out in relationship, where people who have been in other relationships tend to compare their current relationship to the past relationship, which has always caused that jealousy and all that enviness and all that. What do you think about these comparisons, and what is your advice when it comes to comparison, which leads to jealousy in a relationship?
I think I once read about a quote that said, "The best competition is with self." That is, if you ever want to compete with anything, compete with yourself.
Yeah.
It's not necessary to compete with anybody. Even though in the official program that actually denotes competition, like in football, like in sports and all that, in athletics and all that, and even in examination and in whatever, it is wrong for us to bring those kind of competitions into relationships, into our and into wherever our human relations. It's not necessary. It is so because sometimes we feel that we want something that someone else has in our home, but we have forgotten that that person is not us. We are not that person. You know, what shows that the Benz or Lexus that the person is driving, even if you are able to afford it, what shows that you like it?
Yeah.
You have not started it. You have not driven it, and even if you have driven it, because it's not yours, you have not maintained it. You might not you might even go and buy it and later realize, as I'm going to this and this and this in summer. I'm not sure you fuel consumption probably too much. You begin to grumble and complain about it, then you lose interest in it. Comparison is not necessary. If you like that person and you went in for it, you build what you want with the person, not necessarily seeing something and in fact, it is not wrong if you see something good about someone and you want to apply it in your life. But comparing it and coming to make a statement like, "Don't you see how these people are? That's how we are supposed to be like," or "That's how we're supposed to look like." That one is wrong. But if I see someone maybe walking and catwalk, and if you want it, you can also start catwalking in your home and practicing, and you also might want to have a cat. It's not wrong, but don't bring it home as a pressure on someone else. Understand? Don't see things around and things on other people and say, "This is what I want and this is how I want it to be like." If you want it, do it yourself. Understand? Don't use those things. It is wrong, actually. In short, it is wrong to compare and use it in your homes and your relationships as if it is the way to go. Understand? If there's something good and you learn it, you want to discuss and see if it is something both of you want to go with. And always have to be considerate, have to be ready to adjust.
Okay, so Patrick, so do you think that, let's say, if a man or a woman goes out there and sees something beautiful or very looking cute on someone else, is your suggestion that they should be buying similar things for them, Or let's say if you see me holding a very expensive bag and you think, oh, that would look nice on my wife. Do you
Exactly. That is comparing. It's not necessarily comparing. Like
you have to just try and find one.
Wait, your trousers looks better than the one of my wife. On my wife, your shoe looks better than no. Your wife, the one you bought for her, wasn't it good? It was obviously good, but maybe this is a new type. Maybe this is a new design. Maybe this is a new color.
So you need to go and find it and buy.
Yes, I have seen ladies wearing things, and I've told them, I want this for my wife. I didn't say it thinking that my wife has something that is not good. No, I want it for my wife means I want more for her.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And it's not bad to do that. It's not bad to say, especially, I mean, go home and say,
sometimes that happens, you know. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
There's still
we are supposed to make set mistakes in our relationship and correct them. It's a human tendency that will make those mistakes. We will say things we are not supposed to say, do things we are not supposed to do, but we need to correct them. Especially when we know. You know, so you say something and the person is not happy. I mean, you go, and that shouldn't bring any contention.
Well, thank you for that. I've got another long one from Spyros. Don't smile. He says that in the context of relationships, jealousy means that you are upset about another person getting the attention. Well, I think that is true, isn't it? So people get upset because the other person is getting attention, respect, or love of the person who matters. And that is true. In the context, you actually get jealous because you see someone else getting all the attention, the things you are not getting.
Getting what belongs to you.
Yes. And then
that's where the possessiveness comes in.
Yes, he says possessive means undue liking for things you feel you own, including a human being. I think those were the things you said from the initial stage when we started this program. Isn't it?
So, yeah, the whole thing is that, I think there's one that a psychologist tried to bring about that I would like to refer to, but because then the possessiveness is, we can still find it as the end product of extreme jealousy.
Yes.
When you are jealous, you get possessive, and then you become like you don't want something else around that person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this there's one that I want to refer to that I saw. It was from a psychology today. It says it turns out that psychologists agree on fairly straightforward distinction. Envy occurs when we lack a desired attribute enjoyed by another. Jealousy occurs when something we already possess, usually a special relationship, is threatened by a third party. and that to me is a clear kind of line. But when it comes to possessiveness, that's what what was the name?
Spyros.
Yeah, that's what he said. So sometimes it is intertwined. You get it here and you get it there. You get it at the beginning, you get it at the end. So
Yes.
possessiveness, feeling of possessiveness might be a sign of jealousy. It
Yes.
might lead to jealousy, and it might also be the end product of jealousy at the same time.
Yeah.
That is why knowledge is not it's not abstract,
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't belong to us. These things come from situations, and we can read meaning into it. Psychologists can read from the beginning, from the middle and the end, and it's always there's something that has to do with something else.
Yeah. Thanks for this. Let's read just a few more comments again. So Hanodro says, I can't come and kill myself with a jealous person. Well, Hannah, you saying this, well, I am not against it or I'm not for it. But then, we all, as we already said from the beginning of this, that we all have an element of jealousy that lies within us as human. That makes us human anyway. But then it becomes overloaded. the jealousy becomes overloaded, especially when the topics that we've read, those definitions for jealousy and possessiveness and envy, comparison, all those things, when they all come together, it's like they've come to create a whole hierarchy in your life, and you're not sure what to do with it. So it turns out to be strong desire of jealousy, and trying to overcome jealousy is not that easy for some people. For others, it is simple by then them going for therapy, them talking to a professional, or them themselves sitting down and talking it through. But with others, they are not able to succumb it at all, because obviously maybe they have anger issues, and these anger issues have come to just bond up perfectly with the jealousy, and that is when the killing and the destruction and the destroying of things come in. What do you say to this yourself, Patrick? We're not asking anyone to kill themselves over jealous people. No,
it is difficult to live in a relationship where jealousy is being breeded all around or is thriving. So then you feel uncomfortable, you feel threatened yourself, the one who is a victim of jealousy, and all that. So it is not a good way to live, actually. So you try to find ways to overcome such situations. And as I said, you need to do all that you can do about the situation so it doesn't trigger into something more serious or dangerous. That would be all.
Of course. Thanks for this. Then we've got Maggie Welton saying, hi, you all. Hi, Maggie. Thanks for the love and the support tonight. Before I read another one from Spiros, I think we've got another question I want us to answer to. So when it comes to people becoming jealous, we all have our different ways of jealousy. Do you think Africans experience more of the jealousy than other people, or as human, jealousy is the same everywhere around the world?
Now it's becoming clear that it's the same everywhere. I have over time have noticed that the things we normally judge as common in our environment sometimes are common everywhere, only against the population in the area. So if there are bad people in Ghana and our population is just 30 or 32 million or something, the bad people in America should be more than the one in Ghana, but they are more than us. So when it comes to jealousy, I'm not sure per our population, for instance, there will be more people in Ghana that are more jealous than all the people in the United States, about 300 million people. It's not possible. So because these are human instincts and human tendencies, the environment do count, but the striking the balance, you might find out that the percentage is equally balanced. So I feel that it's not more in Africa than in other places in the world. Sometimes the situations might warrant that the actions taken in case of jealousy might be a little more severe than in some places. But recently I saw in Europe where a man chased the woman all to the street and shot the woman and shot himself. Obviously, it means that he didn't want to lose the woman, and he didn't want the woman to be with another person, and then both of them should go.
Yes. It's so bad when jealousy gets to that extreme, isn't it? And sometimes even it gets to the extreme. In most cases, you hear people saying, "Oh, she's taking him to juju or babalawe or whatever they call it, and all that." And they've gone to tie up their destiny somewhere, and their name has been put on a table or bounded around a tree, and a whole lot, just because their jealousy has sprung so high, and they don't want the other person to have any freedom to do anything else or to have someone else in their life. Well, I've got this other question which says that, can we fight jealousy by boosting our own self-confidence? I personally think we can, especially in a situation whereby, let's say a man or a woman is comparing us to someone they've seen, or someone they think oh, maybe I should have married that person, or I should have been in that relationship with that person because probably this person is highly educated, or this person is that, or this person is that. So then it becomes your own form of challenge to want to boost your own self, to want to dress differently, to do a whole lot differently, just to boost your own self-confidence, to get to that level where your partner is comparing you to someone else. I am not too sure what you think about this yourself, Patrick.
Actually, when it comes to any negative behavior or attitude or something, the only way to overcome it is to be positive.
Yes.
So you're the one being the perpetrator of that kind of act, being jealous.
Mhm.
If you really want to overcome your jealousy, be positive.
Yes.
Speak from your heart. Avoid being judgmental. Avoid being avoid accusing people or making accusations, and don't be confronted.
Yes.
So confrontational or something.
Yes.
I think one of the things that we can do more to overcome this is always look at the positive side of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And be interested in making things work. Be positive. Be interested in making things work. Like you've seen something wrong. Okay, well, what can I do about it? Okay, I'll begin to talk to the person politely about it and say, well, I don't want you to be with someone else. I love you so much. I don't want to lose you and all that. You know, I love you. A kiss, a hug, something, and you go your way. You know, you make it so cool. This is not always. It is not just as I saw a question that whether it is real what we see in movies.
Yes, I've seen that question.
In movies, they are only acting, and we are not in a movie. We are in a real life situation. So what hurts. In movies, just movie. Even though some movies gives us an idea of what people are experiencing and all that, you cannot use that one based on that one and think that everything will be so smooth for you. And so you are just being relaxed, or you are going to relax over some issues. You have to work on each issue to make sure it's in a good kind of direction, so that you don't get so hurt that you cannot control yourself.
Yes.
That's all I can say about that.
Well, I think you've even answered this before I even read it out, where Spiros is saying that in movies, the classic recipes for dealing with jealousy is to make jealous the person you feel jealousy for. Does it really work in real life? Well, I think you've already answered that. So obviously, sometimes it's not everything that we see in movies that we need to believe it. You know, sometimes, yes, we understand that some of them are real life stories and some of them are there to be a form of advice to us. So most times, some of these things we see in movies, sometimes it's like take it or leave it. So you've got to be careful because some of them are just there for entertainment purposes. So if it's everything that you are learning from a movie to apply to your own life, then you've got to be careful because some of them are not realistic and it's not a good attitude. Some of them are not good attitude to pick up and then apply in your normal day life. Before we give our final responses and our final advice about handling jealousy in relationship, I have got this very short video which I would like to share with all of us. So this is by Matthew Hussein, and I think his name is Hussein. I'm not too sure. I can't pronounce his name, but we're going to listen to that short video from him. And I hope you all can take some sort of advice from it as well.
I'm going to make a big promise in today's episode, and that is that I'm going to get you over any jealousy issues you have in the next 3 minutes. Any jealousy that we have, whether it's big or small, some level comes from comparison. We sit there and we compare ourselves to other people. If it's our partner and we get jealous of another guy or another girl muscling in, or them spending time with someone, we get jealous because we compare ourselves on some level. We compare what we have to what they have. Jealousy only exists by comparison on some level. Now think about this for a moment. Someone can always beat you in one category. It doesn't matter who you are. You can think you're a good-looking person. If you're a guy, you can think you're good-looking, and then you find someone who's just as good-looking as you, but taller. And you're like, oh, I'm screwed. But they got more than me. You could be a woman, and you can think you're pretty, and then you find a woman who's prettier than you, or has the exact breasts that you want, or has the exact body type you want, and you suddenly feel insignificant again by comparison to that person. And therefore, we get jealous, especially if you find your boyfriend talking to that person and giving that person attention. Now, jealousy comes from those moments where we feel inferior. And I'm going to show you how to avoid feeling inferior ever again. Someone once said to me, they literally gave me the most amazing compliment I'd ever had. They told me that I inspired them, I made them laugh, I was generous to them, I was great to be around, I was thoughtful, and I taught them things. Now, the reason that this was one of the most beautiful compliments someone had given me is because she showed me the full range of the things that I was able to bring to her life. It's no one category that makes me special to that person. We often worry about one idea, one look, or one physical feature, one idea of ourselves that makes us special to someone. And that's not what makes us special. Because let me tell you something, someone is always going to beat you in one category. There's always going to be someone more intelligent. There's always going to be someone that can teach other people more than you can teach them, that has more knowledge, that's better looking, that's taller, that has a better body shape by some arbitrary standard. There's always going to be someone who beats you in one or more categories. But here's the difference. We may look at him and say, oh, he's tall and good looking. But is he tall, good looking, and funny? Is he tall, good looking, and generous? Is he tall, good looking, and as thoughtful as me? In other words, is this someone who really beats me in every category, or am I just focusing on one thing? So here's what I'd like you to do. Instead of focusing on just excelling in one area, focus on diversifying that portfolio and saying, you know what? I'm going to be that person that brings so much to the table in every area. In the amount that I inspire someone, in the amount of positive energy I bring to them, in the amount of generosity I bring to them, in how much I compliment them and make them feel great, in how much I spark their imagination and make them think about things they've never thought about before, in the amount that I show them new worlds that they haven't discovered before. I'm going to be that person that represents so many good things that it doesn't matter if one person excels in one category, they can never compete with all of the things that I am as an entirety. And you know what? If someone still leaves me at that point when I'm being all of those things, that really means that I can let them walk away with a good heart, knowing that this person wasn't the person for me and that someone else was genuinely better for them. And at that point, my friends, I don't think it's about jealousy. I think it's about logistics and two people that genuinely work together. So with that, I say go enjoy your relationships, forget the jealousy, and focus on the package you bring to the table. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
Oh, that is lovely. I think whatever he's hit, the points that he's hit, we have hit almost all those points here ourselves today. So I think we have picked a bit of advice from there. But then, Patrick, as you are the one we've got right here, what is your final advice? What is your final contribution to this whole topic of jealousy and handling jealousy in a relationship? Sorry, I think I muted you from my end. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay. I think that we will need to be more kind to each other. Consider our differences and backgrounds, are more dedicated and be more serious about helping each other grow and grow in love and in trust and in happiness together. And if we are more kind to each other, then it means that we are going to be less judgmental about each other, more considerate, trying to be finding good things about each other than find faults. You understand? Finding fault always breeds contention, and the tensions get bad, and it doesn't help matters in any way. So we should be kind to each other. That should be the basis. Be kind. Feel that if it was yourself, you wouldn't even like it. Use that golden rule. love your neighbor as yourself. So love your partner as yourself. Treat the partner the way you want the partner to treat you. Adore each other, and let's love lead. And that will probably bring down that. It will bring down sentiments of jealousy in the relationship.
Oh, thank you so much, Patrick, for tonight. I have really, really enjoyed this program tonight. And I believe our supporting team and viewers have also really enjoyed this conversation tonight. This is my last add-on to this whole topic about jealousy and handling jealousy in relationship. Yes, as human, we all have a little element of jealousy in us, and seeing certain things out there will definitely try to provoke us and then get us into the situation, or get our head into the situation of getting very, very jealous, and then that causing us harm. The harm that it causes doesn't only affect us, it will also affect the other party who is involved in it. So what I would say is we should learn to talk more in a relationship. If you think whatever is happening is a situation whereby it's going to bring your jealousy level so high, or is going to break your relationship down, my personal advice is talk. Talking is very, very important. It is one of the golden rules when it comes to jealousy. Try and come to a concrete stand, or a concrete understanding between yourself and your partner. It is okay to voice out if you are jealous. It is okay to use the word, "You make me feel jealous." Let them know exactly how you feel, and then you can resolve situations from there as well. It is also best to cut out any form of comparison. So it is not good if you keep comparing your partner or yourself in the past, or thinking in future, "Oh, I think I might leave you because of that and that and that." If the person is the person you truly love, or you actually started a relationship with, you can fix the person, okay? Sometimes it is not always letting go. Sometimes you can try and build up on whatever it is. Take the element of jealousy out of the relationship completely. You can try your best. If you have to talk to someone, find the right people, talk to professionals. Sometimes it's not always best if we talk to friends and family around us, because sometimes they can feel our pain, and then the advice they might give us might end up breaking our relationship, okay, or causing us to be extra jealous, because they are going to add more oil to the burning flame, which is actually going to get you rising to a different level. Or even some of these friends and family members actually are jealous of whatever we have. So they will say things that will get you to be extra jealous, and then give you more ideas and go and follow him, or go and follow her, go and do that. Everybody have a reason why they've got to be jealous at some point. I am not saying don't get jealous. It's entirely up to you. But then don't let your jealousy level rise to the extent whereby you're going to destroy your other party or your other partner's stuff, or you're going to go to the extent of hurting them by throwing acid, by gathering people to go and beat them and do a whole lot. I can go on and on and on to talk about handling jealousy in a relationship. But then it's up to you to make the right choice and the right decision for yourself when it comes to handling jealousy in your relationship. We can only mention a few, we can only hit on a few points, but then it's up to you to put it in practice and get your relationship to wherever you want your relationship to be. This is your girl, Diamond Lady, and this is the Diamond Lady TV, the Diamond Lady Show. It's been a very great honor to have you all listening to us. Thank you to all those who are on Kitchen Ninjas, who were able to watch us now, and those who are going to watch us later on. Thank you to all those on Sister Ifit Luz, who might be watching us later on as well. We also want to say thank you to all our listeners tonight. You have been awesome. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your support and all that you have given us today. So with Patrick, the He's the CEO of Bright Future Project Norway. That is the information that is running on Facebook right now. You can go and find their page on Facebook and see if you can support them in one way or the other. Hey, Judge Simon, I think you might be able to support them from where you live, maybe. So there is the Bright Future Project there. And if you're looking to go on a healthy lifestyle, on a healthy journey, please come and join us on Sister If It Lose. We just turned 1 and we are so excited about it. So that is our information running down at the banner. And if you want to also support people in need and all that, we've got Sister United Foundation, where they are supporting people in need and giving advice and support to people. Find us on Instagram. Also find Sister United Foods, where you can buy your jollof spice mix, your 10 spice blend, your puff mix, your all other ingredients that you need, your banku mix, your fufu mix. And I am going to put the information out there for those who live in Ghana. If you're looking for one of the best buffets to buy, then contact Family Affair GH. That is their contact number here on Facebook, and I'm going to read it out for those who are on YouTube and Instagram. To contact Family Affair GH in Ghana to buy your buffet or puff, call them or WhatsApp them on +233 20794 3713. So it's +233 20794 3713. Thank you, NK Pizzles, for supporting us. Thank you, Mama K, Mama Z European Shop, who sells keto stuff in Ghana. Thank you to Sinaka Kitchen. Thank you to St. Maya Dryline Limited. Thank you to all others who supported us tonight. And if you're watching us later, don't forget to leave us a comment. You can leave your questions for us. We'll come back to it later. So Spiros says, thanks to both you and your guests. Thank you too for supporting us and all the questions you dropped in. Then he also says, and good night, please. Good night to you as well. So that is us done for today. Patrick, we're saying our goodbye now. Let's say goodbye to you all and see you again soon. Next week, hopefully, yes. So tomorrow I am here with another person, with another topic. Just tune in at 7:30 and you will get to know what it is all about. It is very, very educational. Invite others to watch as well. Don't forget to leave us a thumbs up. It is very, very necessary. It is very, very important. Leave us a thumbs up and keep sharing. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye. 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 Thank you for everything. We are most grateful.